Greetings, fellow Sentai fans. We're looking at Career Sentai Zyuranger now continues on with the episode I Can See! I Can See! A boy named Toru is wandering home with a present in his hands as a mother and daughter park their bikes nearby, wondering where to shop. The boy nervously turns away from them while looking at his present, seeing as Michiko over and over. As the two leave the bike rack, the boy runs to Michiko, but she teasingly makes a face towards him before running into the store with the other girl. Suddenly, the girl hears the sound of an accordion being played by a goblin on top of a billboard. While Michiko and Toru notice the monster on the billboard, but her mother doesn't see it, telling Michiko not to be silly. But as she steps away, the goblin returns dancing and playing its accordion. The goblin, being a door goblin of Pandora's troops, leaps off the billboard to Michiko, singing, "You're going to get lost," while spinning around and around her body as her mother wonders what she's looking at. Make her spin around and around until she runs to a bus stop before a goblin salon, with Toppat and Bulkback riding the bus to the location. She boards and the girl enters with several other children. They go to Michiko to pay her fare as heart is sucked from her body and turns into a ball in Topat's hand with her mind trapped, unable to breathe. On the moon, Pandora feels that if they take all the children's minds of Earth, the future of the planet will be destroyed. Back in the city, Toru calls out searching for Michiko alongside her mother. Dorgoblin suddenly appears in a bus driving by with a boy chasing after it. In the temple, the Zyurangers are investigating missing children, with several having vanished in the last several days according to May. They were all eventually found, but there was something strange about them. Pushing a button, it shows the scene of the brain-dead children as well as pleading to the doctor to do something. They don't speak or even read anything since their abductions. Geki notes that the kids are acting like they've lost their minds, but Toru storms in yelling that a monster was the one who did this to all the children, making Dan wonder who he is. Later in the park, May confirms to the boys' story and is sure that a goblin had taken them. Geki confirms they're legendary monsters of the West that can only be seen by children, tricks them and takes their minds. Toru wonders if Michiko's mind was eaten, making Dan wonder why he's so attached to her before realizing she's his girlfriend, inferring that the goblin attacked when he was trying to give a present to her. May wonders what's in the box, with the boy telling them he isn't showing them, and wonders if the Zyurangers will handle the goblin and he wants to help. Geki tells the boy that this isn't child's play. At the same time, Door Goblin continues to abduct the children in broad daylight, making the boy realize that it's the offender. He trusts the door monster, making him angry enough to take out his accordion to get lost intentionally. The boy is seen running like Michiko before, with the Zyurangers chasing, suddenly lost on Pandora on the moon. Leprechaun considers the Dora monster a masterpiece due to the power that kids can see it, but not adults. In the city, Dan and Boy catch up to Dora Goblin, but appear to be punching air to the civilians due to his invisibility. Toru arrives at the Goblin salon stop and screams till he breaks the dimension where the bus was hidden and is grabbed by Toadpad on board. Dan tries to grab the boy, but Bookback starts driving the bus until both pull away and end up in another dimension. Entering into the dimension, Dan wonders where they are as Toru realizes the box is still missing, freaking until Dan discovers the present for Michiko again. However, the two hear reverberations within the caves in the mountain as Dora Goblin welcomes Dan to his domain, the Goblin Salon, a world where those who come in can never go back. Without warning, the door monster punches Dan without him realizing as Toru sees the monster torment him. As Dan fights Door Goblin, the other Zyurangers fall into the dimension as the boy tells him that the door monster is attacking Tricera Ranger. Geki tells Toru to get to a safe place as the team go after an invisible enemy, being knocked around by its rake as they don't know where it is. Toru keeps telling them where Door Goblin is, but becomes tossed around by the invisible opponent. He proclaims he can't watch the crushing attacks as Toppat sneaks up on Toru, forcing him to run from him and Bookback leaving his present behind for Michiko. As the team returns to the bus stop, Toru tells the Zyurangers to get the present back or he'll be in trouble, but Goshi states that getting the children's minds back is more important than that at this time. May states that if you make a goblin wear his shoes on the wrong feet, it will remove their invisibility, but White notes that it's impossible as long as Dora Goblin remains invisible. Remembering Dan being tossed around by the Dora monster, Toru runs off to the surprise of the Zyurangers, proclaiming the team is no help and he'll get the person back himself, with Dan pursuing him. As the two reach a water wheel, Dan asks Toru about the box and its contents, which reveals as the caterpillar of the great purple emperor butterfly. Demonstrator October give that to her, and that it will just get him a slap in the face. Toro admits he has already been slapped by Michiko, revealing she hit him the last time he tried to give it to her. Daka believes Toro has to give girls something that's important to him, but Toro reveals that is why he gave it to her, since the caterpillar was from his dad. He was a drunk and stole something, leading him to go to prison, but he found the caterpillar eggs in that prison and gave them to his son. Dan apologizes and asks Toro about his mother, but she reveals she died long ago and that Michiko looks so like her, being likewise cute and smart, leading Dan to become motivated to get the caterpillar back. In a nearby cave in the Goblin Salon, Dora Goblin places his courtier as golems dance around him as Toadbat and Bokebak are preparing his dinner, making the food and adding logs to the stove. Dora Goblin yells when his food made of children minds will be ready. Toadbat yelling he's in the midst of cooking them now, creating multiple balls of trapped children within them as he dumps them in the warm skillet. Bokebak declares he's hungry too, leading him searching his bag and finding the present, finding the caterpillar and eating it. Uh-oh. As Dora Goblin finishes his meal, he decides to take a nap, with Toadbat and Bokebak joining him. The Germans and Toro reach the cave with Toro acknowledging their sleepy states. Dan wonders to be sure about this, but the Germans switch the shoes to state Michiko. The boy sneaks past Toadbat and Bokebak and approaches the full goblin as he reaches the shoes and carefully unties them. The Germans are still seeing nothing. However, when Pandora sees us on the moon, she tells the Dora Goblin to get up, making the monster startled. Toro notices and runs for his life, with Toadbat and Bokebak also waking up. Dora Goblin wonders if the Zoo Rangers are up to his shoes, even before Toro can say anything. Geki bluffs, claiming they were successful and they can see him as he throws a candelabra at the monster. Bokebak yells at Dora Goblin to switch his shoes back, making him switch his shoes as quickly as possible, leading to him finally appearing and Geki acknowledging the trick. Panicking, Toadbat and Bokebak run away as Dora Goblin and the golems emerge sighted by the Zoo Rangers. The team uses their legendary weapons to deal with the minions before Dora Goblin declares the team listen to his music, playing his accordion causing an explosion as the team holds their ears. The Zoo Rangers transform and Dora Goblin fires a massive blast from his rake, striking the team until they barrage him with their weapons, pushing him back, and activate the Howling Cannon to destroy him. Calling him an idiot, Pandora throws her one down to rebuild and grow Dora Goblin, leading to the Zoo Rangers summoning the Guardian Beasts, then merging the Dino Crystal's great Dino Tanker, firing their beams at Dora Goblin, but avoiding him to spawn back, leading to Daijujin's transformation. Daijujin immediately takes the rake and smashes Dora Goblin with it, leading him to use his accordion to make an illusion of a city appear around it with him as a moving building. Then Master Boulder confused the team until they punched the accordion away and summoned the God Horn to destroy him. He tries to zap him with lightning from his helmet but is destroyed, returning the minds to the captured, including Michiko to the light of her mother. Toro continues to chase after Toadbat for the box, but the remains he had the caterpillar and forces itself out of his mouth, having turned into a great purple emperor butterfly. He also summoned to catch it, leading to Tricera Ranger to grab her from the sky and hand it to the boy. Later at the park, Toro and Michiko are watching the butterfly fly as he tries to hold hands with her. She lets him as they run off together. Oh, that's nice. So let's take a look at a note from this episode. The Living Seek was updated to include the other Guardian Beasts in addition to Tyrannosaurus, as well as the Daijujin transformation. Nice. So overall, I think this is a pretty good episode, and yeah. The whole thing about Dora Goblin trying to eat children's minds, yeah, that's a little bit unnerving if you ask me. So yeah. So overall, I can see 3 Megazords out of 5. Anyway, tune in as we take the next episode. Terror eaten in an instant. So until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.